Okay, welcome back. Try to get some of this pulp off here real quick. Pulp. You like your art? You like your orange juice, thick and pulpy. Well, I have some unfortunate news about that pulp. There's probably going to be more of it in this video. Because I still got to figure out how to do the blue. Oh, man. I'll tell you what. If I don't get it, as my son says, it'll go out the window. Okay, it won't actually go out the window. I don't want to have to start over. Because the background sucks. Definitely need to do more detailed background next time. So, as always, off screen I have my sample page where I check my brush. Here, I'll show you real quick. Check my brush before I go and I start painting in where I want. I did from the bottom last time, and I like the bottom. A bottom is fine. So I'm mostly going to work from the top today. And as you can see, this paper is super damaged because I've gotten it way too wet. I just touched the wrong glue. Yeah, way too wet. And trying to rush it. In my opinion, it's kind of boring. I was like, oh, one color. I should have definitely done a busier background. See, that's nice and dark, though. That's how I want it right there. This freaking, so let's try to keep that going. I'm going to go from the edges. Try to make like a fade. I don't mean to be cast in shade, but I want to fill out the fade. Yo, yee ass haircut, sir. So, how's everyone doing? I had very, it's something that kind of sucks, but it happened at the perfect time. I had to replace a tire. When my car, I bought it, the tires were pretty much, oof. And I've been replacing them as they go out. They'll just start like losing air, and it's not from a hole or anything. Anyways, I was doing the last one today. It decided like, oh, gee whiz, it's the first. Poof. Well, it decided that yesterday, and I filled it up. I got back in the car today, it was empty. I'm like, okay, it's your time. Well, it's kind of like perfect timing. It's like, so, I may have talked in the last video about getting my phone fixed. Gonna be doing that coming up here. The money went where it had to go. Yeah, once I get my phone upgraded with the new battery next month, we'll probably be seeing some slightly longer videos. Unless, of course, you enjoy the shorter videos. I enjoy all the feedback I get, even if you want to tell me this blows. Is blows censor worthy? You may have also noticed that the videos are back on Monday, the painting ones, because I think I've been doing it for so long that Facebook expects it. It did not like me putting the videos on Friday. It is treating them like trash. Whatever. My original intent was like when I was working at the grocery store, I'd come home Monday. You start work. And a lot of my favorite YouTubers would have videos around then, or like Tuesday, Wednesday. And I like that. It's like, oh, it's a nice little like pick me up for your week. And that's why I do Monday originally, is because I kind of like that. So I'm going to stick with that. Also kind of liking how this fade's turning out. When I was waiting for the gentleman to fix my auto, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air came on, and I realized that came out 36 years ago. Talking to a cheerful old man there in the parking lot. You know, what's funny is, I always feel rude on my phone, and I forgot my Raycon over-the-ear headphones. Anyways, so I was doing the thing where, like, you know, you hold the phone up to your ear. Kind of didn't want to be rude, and this old, I mean, he seemed like a sweet old guy, you know, talking about just a few things, but in the middle of, like, this whole, oh, yeah, I love freaking Carlton on America's Funniest, he starts watching, like, these, like, Mark Levine sounding things. And it's like, what are they doing to the schools? And like super loud. And I was just like, Jesus Christ. And the thing is, you could tell the guy didn't think other people could hear. Darius really didn't care, but it didn't match his character at all. And at least it wasn't porno. I love when they catch the old guy just like watching the porno. Yeah, that's one of those things when I was a kid, like, old men were expected to be perverted and mocked for it. I mean, like, you have, like, Master Roshi. It's like an archetype in anime and in Western culture. You know, the horny old man. God dang. That is a lot of pulp. So we're not going to have to do that too much more. We'll just do the shadowing. Or their shadowing. But I'm probably going to do all that in its own little video. We're just going to concentrate on this today. I'm probably also going to do the shadowing I talked about earlier. Strictly with color pencil, just integrity of this paper. I feel like this paper is half as thick as when I started. Yeah, really having some issues this week. Or not this week, with this project and saturation. Normally, you'll see, like, in my older videos, especially when I have a lot of one color to do, I go about it really slow. Like when I did the ocean on Resilience there. But the thing is, about that one, first, I didn't record it. But you actually have little segments to paint. And, like, if you look in the water, I use different tones of paint. So that one, it's easier to go slower because you have a little section. There's no sections here. This is just a big, open mistake. Yeah, I'll admit I made a mistake leaving it so open. And I have to blend everything perfectly and quickly, you know? Did not set myself up for success with that one. Well, it's important to remember the limitations of your medium. I saw someone doing some acrylic the other day, and they were how they were spreading it out and then putting the detail on later. I'm like, oh, I might want to do that for a few of these. I know I was talking about like the drizzle, not the Aqua Teen Hunger Force drizzle, but like where you have it looks like it's melted, but you just have water drizzle down with the color. Of doing something like that in the future as well. Some pieces. I don't know. Oh, you remember... Well, if you're here for the Air videos, which you may remember I was talking about Evangelion, yes, Neon Genesis, and how I wanted to do some art for there. I actually thought of two. One of them I'm calling Ava Ascension, which is like, you know the end where all those... piranha plant looking ones like gang up on him. Something like that mixed with the Ascension of Christ by what was that guy's name? Pablo Ramirez, maybe? I don't know. It was one of my favorite. I mean, you type in Ascension of Christ, you're going to see a lot of very similar pictures. You're going to get the idea of what I'm going for. If I couldn't find the original one I was specifically thinking about and brought up on screen. But yeah, something like that where it's like pseudo-Christian art to go with the theme of the anime. The other one I call Atlas, and it's I love that episode with the big orange angel that is like bombing them and then just drops its body. And it gave me a cool idea for one, like the Atlas statue. And I don't really think I have to really explain too much for you to get the idea of what I want to do there. So what am I doing now? I'm just getting some water and I'm going back and I'm shadowing in to just kind of blend it further. You know, I was actually reading up on some of the myths of Hercules recently, just for the fun of it. I didn't need more paint. Why'd I get more paint? And it came to the labor with Atlas, how I need those apples. It's funny how he's just like, hey, you know, I'll hold the world if you get me like the, what was it, apples or whatnot. And Atlas, he takes the world from him, and he's like, you know what, Hercules? I don't want to do this anymore. This sucks. So, like, I'm sorry. You're going to have to hold it. And Hercules is just like, okay, bro, but, you know, like, just hold it for a second, and I'll fix my cape. And then I'll take it back. And he does it, and he doesn't take it back. I like how they just don't want to let the universe, first off, collapse because they're tired of holding it. But, like, oh, Hercules tricked him. It's like, I like how a lot of these Greek myths, like, they're really stupid, like, jocular people. And they're always trying to trick each other, but they're fighting. It's like, why would you take it back? Like, it's just stupid. Like, I'm going to tell you that I'm going to screw you. Oh, okay, that's fine. Just hold it for a second. See ya. Maybe Atlas was autistic. Huh. I think I do need a little bit more color right there. So we'll just go real quickly, sponge some in. The paper is too pulpy. I'm going to have to, I guess, try to fix that with Prismacolor, because this paper cannot handle any more water. I have messed up in this one. But you know what's good? And by this one, I mean in this piece altogether, not just this video. But what's good is I can show you how I'm going to try to fix that. And we can both learn a little something. And maybe you can remind me in the future when I'm like, I'm going to make 90% of this picture black so it's more dramatic. With no separation. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to put this to the side for a second. Alright, we got this here. I just opened up my Prismacolor thing. One of the Prismacolor color pencils is missing. I'm having a mini existential crisis because I don't even know what color it is. Must have got mixed in with these other ones. It looks like the red. It's a red. Here it is. It is. It got mixed in with the other color pencils. Phew. It definitely don't need red. Does that match? Freak, no it don't. So let's try to find the color that I'm going to use to shore up the outside in the next video. So first we got violet, or Parma Violette. Looks purple. But when I shadow it in here, like, let's try to make like a little bubble. That's super dark. Oh, here we go. Mulberry, my favorite berry. This is not mulberry. This is not mulberry at all. Alright, next I got normal violet. I feel like that's a better match than the other violet. Now we have violet blue. Liking the violet blue, honestly. That's our winner so far. What's next? Indigo blue. That's super dark. Then let's try last light cerulean blue. What does Star Wars have to do with this? Oh, I think that cerulean blue. I think if we do the cerulean blue into some violet blue, ending in indigo blue, we'll have a transition kind of like that. Actually, that violet blue doesn't look as good in the middle, so let's actually try to do put the violet blue up. Let's try doing the light cerulean blue. I'm just taking this sperm looking thing here and mimicking how I want it to transition. Get super dark around the edges and flatten it out. You know, it's always good to practice. Okay, that's a pretty solid transition right there. So, violet blue and cerulean blue. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them facing the other way in my container, so when I open it up next time, I remember which ones I picked out. So yeah, this turned out to be kind of a short video. Mistakes were made. So next time, we will be adding some color pencil shadowing and to the background and to our characters. And that actually might last quite a few videos because how big the picture is, how much needs to be shadowed. But you know, I hope to see you there. I hope you enjoyed me stumbling through this video and not realizing my mistakes earlier on. And I definitely hope to see you back here again. If you made it this far in the video, I would like to thank you. I'd also like to take my moment to remind you that I do take commissions. Also, if you just want to recommend something I should draw for the channel, or even if you want to recommend a charity, I do paintings for a selected charity every season. Then I auction that painting off, and all the proceeds go to that charity. So if you have any recommendations, I'd love to hear them. As well as if you'd like to learn anything specific about art or seeing the art techniques. You know, I'd love to hear that too. Any engagement helps my channel, and once again, I really appreciate you making it this far. Till next time, you know, have a good day.